Well, hello everybody! Welcome to this episode of G-Bears Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Yep, winds are blowing. I knew they were coming though. We had geoengineering tracks or trails all through the sky all day yesterday. I mean, they really crisscrossed the pattern, got everything really covered over, and then it all mingled together into clouds like those over there. And then a friend of mine said, well, you expecting rain? I said, no, most likely wind, because there's no wind forecast. And the winds are 25 miles per hour right now. So, yeah, we're getting the wind. Anyway, stick with me to the end of this video, because I got a special announcement to make. And somewhere between now and the end of the video, I'm going to make that announcement. And, today is April 23rd. It's a Sunday. And today is kind of a special day. So anyway, no need to go down to the garden house. We've done that already. You've seen that I've done the repairs on the solar panels, on the racks of the solar panels that got blown over. And I had to put a new bolt through the bottom there because it had two half pins in the bottom of that hinge. And I didn't know that when I put it together. Otherwise, I would have used a different hinge. But anyway, I put a bolt all the way through and I got that fastened. And the next time I get out with the welder, I'll put a couple of tack welds on the loops so they can't open up. Wow. It's breezy out here, but it's warm. It's in the 80s, and that's what we're supposed to be getting. And all that snow up there in the mountains is all melting pretty quickly. So I spent a little time in the shop today, and I'll show you in a second here what I was doing. That's Doggy Daddy right there, and this is Blackbeard the pirate. And that's Patches over there. And the other guys are hiding. That's Dioge's favorite place is under that trailer right there up against the container. He doesn't let anybody in there either. He goes in there all by himself. So anyway, here's what I've been doing. Got out my Nokta Cruiser. This is the gold Cruiser by Nokta Macro. And the first one I bought from Nokta was the Simplex Plus. And there's a really nice metal detector. But I wanted something that was more specialized for gold and that kind of stuff. So I went with the Gold Cruiser. Now when I researched this originally, I found out that a lot of the parts made for this are made by Minelab. And everybody knows the name Minelab when it comes to metal detectors if you're into detecting. So this Gold Cruiser is apparently like a twin brother or compatible with the Minelab Gold Monster. And the only thing about the Gold Monster is it's basically for people who are just getting into hunting for gold, and they don't want to learn how to set up all the different settings that you can have on a metal detector. So you just take the why am I stuttering here? Anyway, you just take the Gold Monster, turn it on, it self-balances itself and all of that, and you just go. And it has two bars across it, one to the left, one to the right. If it's going to the left, it's metal like iron or something like that. If it's going to the right, that means it's probably gold, but it could be aluminum or something like that. But if you're inside of a gold mine, I bet it's going to be gold. Okay. So anyway, I was watching Vogus Prospecting. He's from Australia. And the guy is very, very intelligent when it comes to gold. And he was doing a comparison between the Gold Cruiser and the Gold Monster. And he showed me some secrets on how to set this thing up so that the threshold doesn't buzz the heck out of your ears, and it gives you still a very fine tuning. So I learned how to do that today, and it's fairly simple. I'll show you that at another video when I'm actually out going to go do some digging. But real interesting. I set it up and I went behind the cabin over here, and I was just scanning the ground that I've scanned millions of times, and this thing started sounding off. And I'm going, what the hell? You know, I've been through this place hundreds of times. And I had to come back and get my scoop and my little pick, and I went back and I started digging for it. Well, guess what? It was this little miniature, little tiny miniature from one of those little pocket staplers for stapling papers together. The thing was only like a quarter of an inch across, with only these two little 16th inch pins that came down that were already bent over. So somebody stapled the paper, and then the paper, of course, fell apart, and the staple stayed there. But that thing was like 4 inches down, and this thing was singing really loud. So I like that setting, and I'm going to be using it again. He's got a lot of other settings that he says I can learn on this thing, and I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to watch video after video. I'm going to learn every setting there is on this thing, because this thing can do a lot. Now you got to remember that this is like a $900 metal detector, and the original macro that I got was only like $300, and that was the Simplex Plus. But I also have a Fisher, and the Fisher Silver. That one was my pretty much my first one when I got out here, because I couldn't find my other detectors. But I still have all three of those, so when somebody comes out and wants to play, everybody can have a metal detector. Now the reason I like the macro is because these things come with the built-in batteries and are rechargeable. So you don't have to worry about your batteries going caca on you and having to carry extra battery weight in your pockets or your pouch or whatever. Now they also make the Nokta Macro pinpointer, and both of these units are completely waterproof. They'll work underwater. This one won't right now because I have the different cap on the back, but I do have another cap I can put on here, and it'll go completely submersible. Now, this thing is great because it's also rechargeable, and they have the lithium-ion batteries in them, so they last a long time. Now, I haven't charged these things since before the winter came, but let's see. Okay, it turned on, so let's see. Okay, I'm going down at that pair of pliers right there, and at about 10 inches it starts singing. And of course, the closer you get to it, the faster the sound. Now, another nice thing about these is they have other buttons on here. You can change the frequencies. If you're around somebody else who has one the same, you can change your frequency so you're not interfering with each other's detecting. And the other nice thing about it is that, let's see, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, they come with headphones, and the headphones, which are right there, the headphones are wireless. So you don't have a wire hanging around your neck. And they both connect to the headset, to the headphones. But when you're using your metal detector and the pinpointer is shut off, you'll only hear the metal detector. But as soon as you turn on the pinpointer, it mutes the metal detector, so all you hear is what's coming off of the pinpointer. It does that all automatically. I mean, this is a really nice setup. If any of you are interested in these things, let me know and I'll give you more information on them. The other thing is it comes with two of those coils for the bottom. I've got the big one on here. The little one is right there. Now the little one is best for gold hunting. I had the big one on here because I just going around the back and looking for, my friend Andy had lost a screw to his remote control car back there, and I was going back there to see if I could find it. If I'm going gold hunting, I'll switch back to the small coil because it does a better job. I don't know why they say that, because the bigger coil actually goes deeper and it's more sensitive, but I got to go by what they say. All right, so anyway, I also have, if somebody else is going with me, I also have a Garrett pinpointer, and these are pretty expensive too, but I just turned that on. Let's see. Okay, that gets down to about 9 inches to 8 inches above before it goes off. So the Nokta Macro is actually stronger. Of course, it is a bit bigger too. So that's that. And yeah, I'm itching to get out and do some prospecting. I made this this pick. I made this in the shop. And today I put a magnet on the top here, but I didn't want the magnet getting all full of black sand and hard to clean. So I made this little cap from an old medicine cap, and it didn't fit on there tightly enough so that it would stay. So what I did was I filled the edge all the way around with hot wax on my hot glue gun. So now it snaps on there and it doesn't fall off. That's pretty cool, huh? So I got my magnet set up, and I did it to the other pick too, but I did it on the bottom of the handle. And I'm looking for another cap. So I know I've got a bunch of those containers around with those size caps on it. I'll have to see if I can find one. All right, everybody. So anyway, I'm getting my stuff in the van here. I'm going to be putting some clips and that stuff in place. I want to get some type of a curtain that I can cover this stuff up with, so that it's not seen through the windows of the van, so you can't see if it's if I've got the stuff in here. Don't want anybody getting the wrong ideas and ended up getting themselves eliminated. So yeah, anyway, that's the deal of what's going on. And I did say I was going to give you the information as to what April 23rd is, if any of you haven't guessed already. I'm sure some of you out there who've been following me from the beginning have guessed it already. Today is my anniversary of moving out here to the desert off-grid. Yes, it is. It is the start of the 8th year, or the end of the 7th year. So my playlist now say year 6, so that'll change. The playlist now will be year 7, because it's the first day of the year that I started counting in 2016. So the first day in 2017 was, instead of that being the second year, that would have been the first year. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm making electricity up there, and I have been since the beginning. I'm going to have another good episode coming up. There's a lot of you that have been on my channel for a lot of years have caught a glimpse of me here and there in the reflections of windows and stuff. But I've been asked why I hide from the camera. I'm not hiding from the camera, and I'm going to give all that information out here pretty soon, because we're getting up there in the point where I'm going to be doing another giveaway contest, And this one's going to be a nice giveaway contest because I did say a while back that the next contest was going to be when my subscribership had 3 sevens in it. So that would be 7770. And when the 3 sevens are there, that'll be the next basic giveaway. And it'll be a good one. So tell your friends, get on there and sign up so we can get this thing up to 7770 and we get that thing going. I might even do another one when it goes to 7777. But if we push that now, we can get those subscribership up and go from there, right? All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Sorry this went a little bit long. Chickens are doing great. Picked another 8 eggs out of there again today, and it's not even time for me to go check yet, but I did it anyway because I wanted to make sure that they had food and water. This is G Bear signing off.